You might be saying that reading book is just waste of time, but to me it's not, and I'll tell you why. And if you don't believe me, watch until the end, because I will tell you a lot of information that I get from this book. This book is actually one of the most favorite books to me. It's an international bestseller. It's called The First 90 Days by Michael Watkins. Now, when you read the books, try to implement the things that you have read. Don't just read the book and try to get the information, because that's not how you read the book. Sometimes, to me, I stumble across finding the correct words to speak to you, but I don't care, because what I want is actually to be myself. Being myself is actually the things that I love the most, and I know that if you can be yourself, you are being super grateful, because you don't have to wear a mask. So in the first 90 days, when you venture into new capital, when you move to a new house, when you want to start a new business, or even you are moving to a new job, the first 90 days is usually what matters. Because of what? The first 90 days will determine whether you become a success, whether you can fit in, or you become losers in the community, in your new workspace, in your new business. Because the first 90 days is actually the things that will impact the entire life. And most people are thinking that the first 90 days is just for me to learn and relax and enjoy and try to observe. Well, if you're that kind of person, you will lose the competitions. You will not gain up in the career ladder. You will not find new opportunities in your business. The first 90 days is actually where you strive to win. Based on this book, some of it is called, I like to relate it to the winner's effect. When you have small wins, you will tend to attract a bigger wins. And some people also say that this also relates to the law of attractions, when the law of attraction actually attracts a lot of positivity and also good things, but it also can attract negativity. When you have a wins, you will tend to have more bigger wins. When you have a lose, when you become a loser, at what point of time within the first 90 days, you will tend to lose more. And this is a very harsh reality for you. And this actually will destroy your personal brand in a way that sometimes you might not be able to recover, and you might need to shift to find new jobs. So I don't want that to happen to you. So this book is actually being updated, and they just released about 2 years ago, the updated versions. But I know that you are very lazy to read, so I'm just going to tell you what are the things that I've learned. And the most fundamental thing is about defining your learning agenda. What might you have done before this? And if you don't have a learning agenda, you need to know about these things. When you venture into a capital, work into new industry, new corporate world, new business, new personal brands, you need to know what is your agenda. Why you do it, why you want to learn it, what is the impact to you. Is it an investment to you, or is it just for you for the sake of other people? If you do it for the sake of other people, sometimes other people might have the satisfaction about you, around you, for you, but most of the time you will become very stressed because you try to think of you need to impress other people instead of you. And the first 90 days actually tells about how you want to get up and speak faster, because based on the studies that have been conducted and based on the books itself, the first 90 days actually determines whether you are fit to the organization or not. And it's actually be more relatable to personal brands and also business, where if you struggle in the first 90 days, then that might be the cues for you to just finding a new job, finding a new business, try to elevate your personal brand in a more different way that actually can give some motivation to you. Success is important. This book is actually for you to have success, because having success will actually give you a motivational boost, inspiration. When you have some wins at the early stage, your brain will become addicted to it. You want to achieve more wins than ever. You want to have a bigger wins. And this is true. This is true for me. And based on my experience in corporate world, when I have accomplished something big, I want to accomplish something bigger and bigger and bigger, because I want to challenge myself, because I want to prove that I can do it, not for other people's sake, just for me, because I want to help other people. Sometimes They're having disputes among their contractors, among their suppliers, among their investors. And I just came in and just helped them just become middle person because I observe both parties. And that's how I operate. And this book actually tells you how to actually read the environments of your companies, the environment of your business, for you to gain leverage. What is leverage? Leverage is very important. And sometimes you don't even know that you have any leverage. You think that you are nobody, you are nobody, and you just need to learn and observe and try to feel it by following other people. And beware, when you follow the incorrect people, I will not say the wrong people, but mostly incorrect people, you will tend to be like them. But instead, in each organization and in each companies, it's very hard to pronounce that word. And in each business, personal brand, you need to find somebody for you to emulate, for you to follow the roots, because eventually this kind of person will bring you along with it. But if you find the incorrect persons, the unsuccessful person who just want to have a nice lunch within their friends and having some fun and just working 9 to 5, that's it, just meeting KPI, not above that, you will become a very average person, and even worse than you might become worse than that. So what you need to do is actually just try to look at some angle of the companies in the industry, inside your personal brand. Try to look into people that have success on it and try to learn. And sometimes small habits change, a tiny little tweaks can impact a lot of things, and you might not be thinking about that because you are thinking about the big picture. You look at the present, but you don't look what happened before that. You can just ask people, how can he become managers? How can he having a successful personal brand? What does he make difference compared to other people? And you might be surprised that a lot of people know the answers, but in reality, those people just know it but don't do it. So what you need to do once you find your correct formulas is actually to do it, implement it, and try to improvise it based on your current needs, situations, environments, and social. That's where you're going to find success in 2026. Believe me, if you want to read this book, it's called The First 90 Days by Michael. It's a very good book. Very simplistic, I would say, in terms of language, and easy to read, even though you have a very weak English. Trust me. I hope this helps.